Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to our lesson for today for the second intermediate grade for the first semester of this year. Our subject, as you know, is the English language from the book Super Goal 3. Our lesson for today is Unit 8. What is wrong? What is wrong? This is the first part, so today we have listen and discuss. Also, we have grammar. This whole presentation is prepared and it will be presented to you by Sultan Shahrani. So, first of all, thank you very much all of you for being with me. It's a pleasure really to be with brilliant student like you. The second thing, I want to make sure that you understand our book is Super Goal 3. It is not the full blast, it is Super Goal 3. The third thing, I want to ask you something. Are you ready to begin our lesson? Everyone, are you ready? Very nice, let's go. Today we will learn number 1, illnesses and human body vocabularies. Number 2, should and shouldn't. Number 3, clauses with when. Number 1, listen and discuss. We have two questions. The first one, it says, what are the most common illnesses you know about? So tell me, what is the common illness or the common illnesses that you know? Can you tell me? Very nice. Okay, we can say flu, maybe the most common disease or illness that we know. Maybe headache. Yes, that's right. So we can say flu and headache. Maybe those two are the most common illnesses that we know. Number 2, what do you think happened to the boys on their school trip to the zoo? What do you think? Take a look. Can you take a look? What happened to those boys? They have got illnesses. Yes, that's right. Excellent. What happened to the girls on their school trip to the museum? We are talking about those girls. Also, they have illnesses. Exactly. Very nice. Excellent. Okay, now we want to listen about the bad school trip. It is the school trip, but someone add the word here which is bad. So it become the bad school trip. Why is it bad? Let's take a look. Let's listen, everyone. Listen.
A bad school trip. Sam, cold, sneezing, watery eyes. George, headache, head hurts. Charles, cough, sore chest, long periods of coughing. Peter, stomach ache, diarrhea, vomiting. Michael, earache, pain in the ear.
Sarah, flu, fever, runny nose. Maria, sore throat, pain in the throat. Sonia, toothache, tooth aches.
Doctor, I feel sick. I have an awful headache and I have a high temperature. What's wrong with me?
I think you have the flu. You should drink a lot of liquids, and you shouldn't go out. You should stay in bed and rest.
The human body. Eye, ear, throat, shoulder, back, arm, hand, knee, leg, foot, head, nose, mouth, teeth, neck, stomach.
Very nice. Excellent. So in this way, we saw those students the name of each one, the illness that he has, the symptoms. When we say the symptoms, it means the things that appear to them and it looks like they have the illness. It's a clue, you can say. It's a clue or it's something that related to the illness. Okay, so he has sneezing because he has cold. The watery eyes because also of the cold. The head hurts because of the headache. Okay, and so on. Also those the same thing, the name, the illness, and the symptoms. Okay, very nice. This is the conversation between the doctor and the boy. And also we have here the human body. Can you see the human body? Those parts of the human body. FYI, for your information, a normal body, so this is a general information for your information, FYI, a normal body temperature is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit and 37 degrees Celsius. So now we have an evaluation. A, vocabulary. Relate body parts to illnesses. For example, the nose, if we have something in the nose, okay, the nose is a part of the body. So if you had something wrong with your nose, so maybe you will have a runny nose, cold, or maybe sneezing. Okay, so let's give more. So give me an example. What do you think? Give me the part of the body, okay, and the illness that relate to this part. For example, the headache, it relates to the head. So head is the part and headache is the illness. Okay, what else? Very nice. Let's take more examples. For example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 examples. So I couldn't write it here, so I wrote it here. Let's see them one by one. So the part of the body is head. So the illness relate to this part is headache or maybe fever. Eyes, watery eyes and cold. Mouth, toothache. Throat, sore throat. Ear, earache. Stomach, stomachache. Diarrhea, vomiting. Chest, cough. Okay, very nice. Let's go to B. B, comprehension. Answer with yes or no. Only yes or no. Number 1, Sarah has a high temperature. What do you think? Sarah has a high temperature. Is it yes or no? Do you want to take a look? Take a look. Okay, where is Sarah? Okay, this is Sarah. Okay. Can you see anything relate to the temperature or anything about the temperature? Look at the picture. Yes. Okay. So it looks that she has got a temperature. Can you see it? Very nice. Also, we have here with the symptoms, we have fever. Fever. Of course, with the fever, she has got a temperature. Okay, very nice. So the first one is yes. Excellent. Number 2, Maria's throat is sore. Maria's throat is sore. Let's go back to Maria. Okay, this is Maria, sore throat. Pain in the throat. Yes, it is. This one is yes. This one is yes. Excellent. Number 3, Peter's stomach hurts. Peter's stomach hurts. Let's go back to Peter. This is Peter. He has got a stomachache. Very nice. So his stomach has a problem. It hurts. Excellent. Peter's stomach hurts. Excellent. This is yes. Number 4, the patient at the doctor's office doesn't have fever. He doesn't have fever. Let's go back. The patient in the doctor's office. Can you see it? Does he got a fever? an awful headache. What's wrong with me? He wants to know. Okay. I think you have a flu. Very nice. He has got a flu, but not fever. It's a flu. So, number 4, no. Okay. It's not a fever, it's flu. Number 5, the doctor says the patient should stay at home. The same doctor says the patient should stay at home. Let's go back. Okay, take a look. Can you see the last one? You should stay in bed and rest. Excellent. You should stay in bed and rest, and that means that he should stay at home. Number 5, yes. Excellent. Number 5, yes. Okay, now let's go to the grammar. We have should and shouldn't. We want to know the meaning and the difference between should and shouldn't. Okay, so we use should or shouldn't to give and ask for advice. This is very important. If you want to give or want to ask for advice, you have to use should or shouldn't. Okay? Okay, now we want to understand. So let's take more examples. For example, this is example, question as an example. What should I do about my bad grades? This is the question. What should? So I want your advice. I'm asking for the advice. What should I do about my bad grades? His friend is saying, or the other person is saying, you should study more. Okay, so he's giving him an advice. You should study more. Another example. What should I do when I have a stomachache? What should? I want your advice. Give me. I'm asking for your advice. What should I do when I have a stomachache? The other person is saying, or the answer is, you shouldn't eat so much. You shouldn't. Okay? You shouldn't eat so much, because when you eat too much or so much, there will be a bigger problem. There will be more pain, more stomachache pain. There will be more stomachache pain. Okay? Very nice. We have also another 2 examples. We can use should and shouldn't with regular sentences, not question, not an answer. Regular sentences. For example, we call them sometimes instructions. Okay? You should drink milk. You should drink milk. You have to drink milk. The second one, you shouldn't touch the fire. You shouldn't touch the fire. Okay, it's not good to touch the fire. Can you see the X? So you shouldn't touch the fire. Okay, very nice. Now we have the other part, which is clauses with when. How can we use when and where can we use when? We have an example. For example, when I have a cold, I usually take some aspirin. When I have cold, this is the first part, the when clause. Okay, I usually take some aspirin. This is the result. I usually take some aspirin. Okay, very nice. This is another example. I stayed in bed when I had the flu. Okay, this is the when clause. When I had the flu, and this is the result. What did I do that time? I stayed in bed. I stayed in bed. So sometimes we can start with when. Sometimes we can put when in the middle of the sentence. So if you start with when, you have to put a comma after the when clause. But when you put it in the middle, no comma. We can use it also with questions. Let's take an example. What do you do when you have a cold? I usually take some aspirin. It's just like the same sentence, but we made a question and an answer. We make it in a question and an answer. The second sentence, I stayed in bed when I had the flu. What did you do when you had the flu? I stayed in bed. Okay, so we can use it with questions to give the result or the answer. Very nice. Now we have an evaluation. Work with partner. Ask and answer the questions with how do you feel when? How do you feel when? Okay. Use the words in the box, those words. For example, the first question, how do you feel when you lose something? Okay. The answer B, I feel angry and nervous. I feel angry. Can you see angry? And nervous. Of course, if I don't find something that I got before and I think it's lost, I got angry and nervous. I cannot control myself. Okay, this is an example. Very nice. So we have to use this one, how do you feel when? And we want to follow it by those sentences, okay? Or questions, part of questions. Okay, how do you feel when you exercise? How do you feel when you exercise? How do you feel when you exercise? The answer is I feel. So what do you think? I feel what? I feel, for example, excited. I feel excited. Very nice. So the question, how do you feel when you exercise? I feel great. Can you see great? Where is it? This is great. I feel excited. I feel happy. Very nice. Number 2, you eat a lot. So we have to say, how do you feel when you eat a lot? How do you feel when you eat a lot? Can you see it? How do you feel when you eat a lot? The answer is, I feel sleepy, for example. Okay, can you see sleepy? This one, I feel sleepy. Of course, when I eat a lot, I feel sleepy. Very nice. Number 3, you see or hear bad news on TV. How do you feel when you see or hear bad news on TV? How do you feel when you see or hear bad news on TV? I feel terrible. For example, I feel sad. Okay, maybe I feel afraid and worried. I feel worried and afraid. Can you see it? Very nice. So we did these 3. I want you to continue with all these 12 or the rest of these 12. Continue, make a question and answer like this. So we talk 3 of them as an example. How do you feel when? After that, follow it with those, any one of these. Then after that, with the answer I feel, then choose the best. Okay, let's go to the next. Match the problem with the advice, then practice with a partner. So we want to match. After that, we want to practice to make it as a conversation. Let's match at first. Those are the problems and those are the advices. Let's see the first problem. I have a headache. I have a headache. So what is the best advice? You should take a rest. You should go to the dentist. You should take some pills instead. You should take some aspirin. You shouldn't eat anything right now. You should drink warm liquids. What do you think? Excellent. It is D. You should take some aspirin. You should take some aspirin. Number 2, we are very tired. The problem is we are very tired. So what is the advice? Excellent. A. You should take a rest. You should take a rest. Number 3, Maryam has a stomachache. E. Excellent. Of course, Maryam is a girl, so we have to say she shouldn't eat anything right now. She shouldn't eat anything right now because she has got a stomachache. Number 4, Ahmed has a toothache. Ahmed has a toothache. B. Excellent. You should go to the dentist. You should go to the dentist. Number 5, the children have a sore throat. The children have a sore throat. Excellent. It is F. They, children, plural, so we have to say they should drink warm liquids. They should drink warm liquids. Number 6 and the last one, Faisal is afraid of shots. So what is the answer? Of course, it is C. Excellent. He should take some pills instead. He should take some pills instead. Very nice. So, today we learned number 1, illnesses and human body vocabularies. Number 2, the difference and the meanings of should and shouldn't. Number 3, clauses with when. Okay, so this is the end of our lesson. Those are the references, our references that we use in this lesson. Supergoal 3, the student book. Supergoal 3, the teacher's guide, if you have it. Supergoal 3, the audio, Google Clips. And those are the contacting numbers and the accounts for Tatweer and for Ain website. So, this is the end of our lesson. Thank you very much all of you for being with me. I hope I see you next time. This is Sultan Shahrani. Goodbye everyone.
Oh